Hey guys, how you doing out there on this Truck and Talk Thursday? Well, this is the one video I talked about that's kinda sorta scripted. I have a basic outline in my mind of what I wanted to say, and I'm not going to deviate from that or get on a tangent. So, recently, if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, you saw a post, or you may have not. You may not have. You may have seen an apology video, or sort of an apology, kind of telling you what's going on video. This is for all my YouTube friends. What happened was, I kind of got some bad news, and I was just feeling drained. So I said, it says Kevin Creedon was feeling drained. And I said, just had a crappy day. Heard my favorite song on the radio, heard my song, and then it all went downhill from there. So, what happened was I got some bad news, and I just tried to, it started out, the teacher kind of postponed the homework, which doesn't really work out so great for me because I travel from my house to school, and it can be a half-hour ride, it can be an hour ride. It just depends on how many people are going, going on the bus and where we're all going in relationship to each other. So, and then I ended up getting some other news that wasn't quite so great. And it got me down. I mean, it was a cluster of bad news. So, but, I said, just having a crappy day. I hope nobody has to have the same experience I had. So many people there were a few people who liked the post. There was one person who put a, whiny face on the post, like a cryy face on the post. And I didn't expect them to do that. This is a person I've known from high school, and I didn't really expect her to do that, but it was cool. Two of my other friends texted me immediately asking what was going on, asking if I was okay, and I told them basically what I told you guys, which was, just had a crap day, got some bad news, not really a big fan. When I made the apology video, the live video on Facebook, people commented, James Shear said chin up. Oh boy. Which was awesome. I love how you guys just got love for me. I love how you guys watch these videos even though they're not of the greatest quality. You guys just like me, and that's awesome. It's getting a little bit harder at school, and I always have that idea, I always have that if I was healthier, if I could do something else, I wouldn't be here mentality. But then, after those days, after I have those kind of feelings, I end up talking to some people, and the grass is not always greener, And I get that, and I understand that, What I do really isn't that hard, and, there's almost always going to be days like this. It could always be harder, and the only way to look at it is just, keep in mind it could always be harder. I know you guys who didn't, there's some of you guys who didn't go to college who wish you could have. Maybe it was financial, maybe it was time, maybe you just at the time didn't think it was a good idea to go to college. And I know a lot of you guys are regretting that, and that's why I think some of you guys say, stay in college, do what you're doing. I talk to other people about, I saying that I don't want to go, or, dropping out and stuff. And they're like, no, that's horrible. Stay with it. It'll pay off in the long run. Which, I gotta admit, it kind of did, because it taught me, and this is weird, and I've probably covered this before, but college has taught me to, how to treat people. I've never really I've always struggled with talking to people who I thought were better than me, better off than me, more privileged per se, had better opportunities than me. And, I always felt like those people were talking down to me. And, what college has taught me was that no, there's things that those people don't understand. There's things that we all will not understand or cannot comprehend. See, I'm from the school of thought where you can't really make a judgment on somebody's life unless they've told you what their situation is and you've been there. Then you can fully judge, And nobody can, because half of the situations that people go through are extremely different, Nobody is going, I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't gone through my situation of being a gearhead, but being diagnosed with vision loss to the point where you can't drive, where you've got to have somebody drive for you. Now, I've gotten around that, but it still eats at me a lot. I get jealous of a lot of people, seeing them with the BMW, the Mercedes, a person with a Cadillac, or people riding motorcycles, or even people riding scooters by me in school. I love watching the semi-trucks roll by I love going to the library and watching the semi-trucks, and oh, my TV just went black. Hold on, guys. This happens every once in a while. I'm back. I left off talking about, getting jealous, and, I love sitting in the Morris Library at my school by the computers and just looking out at the street and watching all the semi-trucks go by, because that is something that I've always dreamed of doing ever since I was a kid. This game helps, but, it's not the real thing. I realize that, But there's so many things that if I were to drive a semi-truck in real life, as I am now, it'd be bad. You guys have seen that I've been in accidents all the time with this truck and with the Freightliner. I'm not really too attentive to speed and things. So it is kind of a good thing that this is a controlled environment, a controlled simulator. For as many negatives as it has more positives. And then the thing I always saw in school was, okay, if I do something wrong in school, it's not life-threatening, nobody gets hurt. I get a bad grade and I sometimes have opportunities to make up and do better. There's somebody kind of guiding me through it, the professor, the teaching assistant. But, as much complaining as I do, I know you guys are always there, and it really surprised me that I've touched you guys in such a way that when I'm down, you guys are always there to pick me up, and I enjoy that, I never take you guys for granted, and I'm always astounded by every single comment I get. My video Freightliner Friday, the relationships, friendships in relation to college, that's when this video was recorded. Reading the 3 comments that I got so far from Joe and Ray and James Shear even, is just, it blows my mind that you guys are there watching my videos, because to me, I know the quality is not the greatest. I know there's a bunch of other people doing pretty much what I'm doing that have screen capture software, and I know there's other people that if they post that they've had a bad day on Facebook, nobody responds, nobody comments. People just look at it, and that's the thing that just amazed me, was that you guys, most of you guys, or some of you guys who are watching this actually posted something, a like, cry face, it gets better, I hope everything's well, don't worry, or, even in the comments, the just be yourself and don't worry what people think about you, I've always had a low self-esteem, and I've always done self-deprecating humor to kind of deflect from how I really felt about myself. Which, it's taken me a while, and it's a day-to-day battle with how I feel about myself. And I'm glad that there's people there who see that and don't make fun of me for it. Don't say, "Oh, what are you, a girl?" You know, it's just that it boggles my mind, and I'm extremely thankful. I'm not doing this for YouTube views. I'm not doing this to make money off of YouTube. I do this because I enjoy it first and foremost, but the other big reason, and this is like a 50-50 split, I do it because I know somebody's going to watch these videos and somebody's going to like them, whether they leave a like, a dislike, a comment, just the views alone. I mean, yeah, everything's relative. I don't get the 1,000 views that, the major gaming channels or the major channels or, everybody else gets. But I'm happy with every view I get. I'm happy to know that there is somebody out there watching my videos. And otherwise I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. So, and I gotta say, guys, I'm getting a little teary. I'm getting a little choked up while driving. But, I enjoy this. I'm glad you're around. Whether this video makes you stop watching me because you feel I'm too preachy or I'm too sad, and I'm sorry if I make you feel bad. That's not my intention. I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. I just would like to kind of bring attention to who I am in a positive way. And I want you, I thought it would be cool to do these type of videos because this is something that I watch day in and day out. I was watching a lot of truck vlogging and a lot of motor vlogging. Allie Knight is a big channel that I watch. I watch her almost every day. Every time she puts a video out, I love just watching this goofy chick from Boston, is how she describes herself, driving the semi-truck and just having fun while doing it, and the pretty scenery. It's just something that there's something about it. This is a life that I would have liked to have had, but as of late, it's not going to happen. Self-driving cars are nice, but with a self-driving or totally autonomous car, you don't sit there and shift through the gears like you would in the simulator. Like right now, I'm about to drop this into, oh please, I'm about to drop this in the 16th. Well, actually, I'm going to go back to 15th. But, you don't get that same feeling. The car pretty much drives you. It's pretty much the same as being a passenger on public transportation, to me, is how it feels. But in the meantime, I need to take what's given to me. And public transportation is not really as great as everybody thinks it is. It can stink, Go for a day in my shoes if you really want to know what it's like, Don't use your car, use the bus, or get a service that you need to schedule about a week in advance. And then you have to pay about $5, and I know each way. I know I can't complain because gas prices are high, and most of you guys with cars do talk about gas prices being high. There's not a day that goes by where you need to fill your tank that you're like, ooh, am I going to make it? Am I not? But it's okay. I mean, it's not great, it's not ideal, but at least it's something. It's something that's livable. I'm not settling with it. It's let me become more independent. I don't have to rely on the University of Delaware having housing for me. I can come home every day and, work on cars if I so choose, or play the simulator if I so choose. I'm not confined to a little space that I need to share with somebody. And I have my own bed, I have my own sheets, I have my own shower, my own bathroom. So I consider myself very fortunate and very lucky that I can commute to a major university that people feel is a good school. So, as much as I complain, I want you guys to know that I am really grateful for everything that you guys do. If you guys keep me in your prayers, I'm grateful for that. If you don't believe in religion, or you have some alternative idea to religion, you send good vibes my way. I'm happy for that. And I know there's a lot of things that are unexplainable, that it's just because somebody was thinking positive of me or for me, and there's a lot of people who don't get that, and trust me, I don't take that for granted at all. It's also kind of late here too, so that could be a reason why I'm kind of like tripping in and out, feeling kind of sad, but it's not really a real sad, guys. It's a joyous kind of, it's a coming of age almost. It's a, it's a reckoning. It's an enlightenment for me. Oh, there we go. See? This is why I can't drive in real life. But this is fun. This is all I really need. That's why, see? I didn't look back and it crashed. This, to me, is perfect, Yeah, I hit a car. Yeah, my truck needs service. It's not real life. There's no real prices. There's no real money exchanged. But I'm thankful for all of this, guys. I'm thankful that, my family could chip in and buy me one of the top of the line gaming steering wheels, and that I had the money to buy this game for $20, and that my brother was, smart enough and experienced enough to build me a computer that would run all the software that I could ever need and want. And he's going to help me build this computer so I can play some of the newer games that are coming out. And I took that for granted when I was younger, and I regret everything I've ever taken for granted. Some of you guys may know my living situation. I live with my mom, and my mom was always there for me. Same with my grandparents. My father was there more in spirit than physically, and I know you guys kind of share the same situation, and it did cause me to kind of act a little bit differently than most of the people my age. But for me, it was a learning experience. It taught me that people are not always going to be there for you. You cannot always rely on other people, and I'm just glad that I've found, making friends because of that was a challenge. I always felt that I was different. I went to a Catholic school, and divorce was talked about every once in a while, and it's a sin in the Catholic religion to be divorced. Well, my parents are divorced, and I felt like teachers may have judged me differently for that. You guys know what I look like. I've done face videos, and that's gotten me out of my comfort zone. I would never do that if it weren't for you guys. So I'm grateful for that. YouTube and Facebook, social media in general, has done a lot for me. It's not really taken away my privacy, but it's opened a new world. And I hope you guys like who I am. I know you guys do. I'm not trying to pander or be pious or be holier than thou, because I never liked those people who were holier than thou, who acted like they were better than me. Maybe they were, but we didn't need to know it. It didn't need to be rubbed in my face. But I'm just happy that you guys like me for who I am. I could make a crappy video, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys will watch it. You guys all say that I make nice videos, and I know quality-wise that's far from the truth. But I'm just happy that somebody watches them. Otherwise, I'd fade into oblivion. need to get fuel, so here's a fuel stop coming up. I'm sorry that I've been kind of down. You know, it's school, it's fall. It might be like that for a while, so if you guys bear with me, I'm pretty sure I'll make all you guys proud. You know, I'm going to be one of the people who gets a degree, and you know, I thought everybody got a degree when they went to college. It's not true. You know, it's not something that's handed to you. You got to work for it. So that's another thing I used to take for granted that I don't anymore. Just a little bit of rubbing. I'm almost there, guys. I hope this video wasn't too depressing for you, and I hope you guys can understand what I mean by everything I say. You know, I hope you guys don't take anything to be offensive or depressing, or that I'm just here to make you feel bad about yourself and bad for me. That's not who I am. That's not what I want. I just want you guys to see how I do things, because I think maybe I have an interesting story that you wouldn't hear of otherwise. And I know that's very narcissistic to think that people all want to hear about my life. I know how that can sound, and that's not it. You know, I've always loved recording, you know, I've always loved listening to music or trying to make my own. From being a little, you know, stereotypical high school kid trying to rap over instrumentals, I've always loved just how things sound. So, you know, that's partially how I got into video recording. And you know, if it weren't for the cars, these little 3-inch pieces of plastic and metal, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have all the great friendships. So YouTube and Hot Wheels has really helped me out, and I hope I didn't go off on a huge tangent, you guys, but none of this is scripted. Like I said, it was supposed to be, but I couldn't gather my thoughts enough. I was in school, you know, all day, and I watch a lot of these kids walk by, and they're so happy, or, you know, they're talking about their weekend plans, and I get jealous. But you know what? I'm pretty sure I got one thing most of those people don't. And that's a community of people on the internet who will watch my videos, who will enjoy what I do, who will listen and love and give me back positive feedback. So, in conclusion, in closing, guys, I want to say a major thank you to all of you who watched this, to all of you who may have seen on Facebook and commented or put a like, or just took a few minutes out of your day to watch my apology or my thank you video, or, you know, saw what I was going through and told me how I should do and what to do and just keep my head up. That's how we do it, guys. Even though that was supposed to be a straight pull-in, still backed up for you. So alright guys, that's it for this video. Have a good one.